What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, my people? What is going on, y'all? Potomac is back. It's back, and I'm very excited about it being back. To be quite honest, and I just want to say that this was a really good premiere. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this premiere like hell. Okay, so I think that we're gonna have a really good season this year. I really feel like we're gonna have a really good season this year, and I'm very excited to be back to review this show. Life has been dry without any housewife show. It's been dry. It's been dry. But we're here. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna enjoy reviewing this show and all of those great things, honey. Okay. Now, y'all know that I spend the first 5 minutes of my review, just having a little bit of small talk and just updating you guys on certain things that I got going on in my life. Last night was my very last filming for this new show. My last scene was filmed last night. And I am relieved. I'm relieved, but I'm also like, oh, I was having fun filming all summer. Like, I had fun, but filming a web reality show can be a lot. Like, it can be a lot, but I can't wait for you guys to see the finished product. This show is going to be very entertaining. It's going to be funny. It has drama in it, but the drama is very light. It's not dark, it's not heavy, but it's good drama on this show. And sometimes I think about all the stuff that's been going on the show, and I'd be like, am I the drama? Or are they making me the drama? Like, which one is it? But it's going to be a very good show. This weekend we're doing our photo shoot for the show, so y'all will be seeing that shit soon. Y'all will be getting like a teaser, the first teaser for the show. So y'all will be, it's gonna. I know how the teaser's gonna be. It's gonna be a first teaser, and then they're gonna have like another teaser, probably like a third teaser, then a super trailer. And the show is coming out like the second or third week of November. So yes, indeed. So your boy is pretty much done filming. He's pretty much done. Very happy about that. Let me see what else is going on here. I know I normally wait to the end to talk about stuff like this, but the Whether You Like It or Not panel is back on tomorrow. We're back, and we are very excited about being back. Now, the first thing is first, y'all. Josiah won't be around the first couple of weeks. Um, I do think that Josiah won't be back until December because he's back in school again. So his Mondays would not be conducive to doing this panel on Mondays. However, he will be doing Roasted Review on Wednesdays on Bell Collective with me and T. So you can catch him on Roasted Review with me and T, and you will catch him on the Whether You Like It or Not panel in December. That's when he'll be back in December. Probably like the first week of December, Josiah will officially be back. But yes, so definitely he'll be back in December. But this month in November, we won't be seeing him on the panel because of school, but he will be on the panel on Wednesdays for Roast Review. So be on the lookout for that, okay? And I know y'all can't wait, y'all. Y'all know the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We bring it every single time, honey. Y'all know we do. And we brought it all last season. I think last time was our best panel season ever. Like, since we started the panel. The panel finna be 5 years old next month. Maybe we should do something for the panel for the 5-year anniversary. Maybe we should. And I kind of think we should probably bring back like some of the old people that was on there, like, like Bundy and Jamie and Niecy, like Alex, everybody who started the panel with us, maybe they should come and do some stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That just popped up in my head. Like the Whether You Like It or Not panel turns 5 years old next month. And I'm very, very surprised that this panel is still going. But all right, so we're at the 5-minute mark and we're already over 100 people. So you know what that means. Y'all ready. So let's go ahead and get into the review, honey. And y'all know what my notes said. My notes are right here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So we opened up the show with Giselle. Now it's been 2 days since Karen went to jail, and Giselle is sitting up in her room like Brandy, thinking about Karen. Though I'm missing you. Okay, she trying to find a way to get through living without Karen because that was her sister, her strength and her pride, and only God may know why. Okay, that's what she doing while she's sitting up here, thinking about Karen. And I must say that I felt the same way. Like it was like some of those, we always look at people when they go to jail sometimes, and we be like, oh my God, I can't believe that they're in jail. But it's a little different with Karen because we know that Karen was wrong and we knew that she needed to really like pay her debt to everything that had happened with the DUIs. Like we already knew she needed to do that. But it's like, girl, why is you in jail? You have no business being in jail, girl. Like, why are you in jail? That was one of the things that I was thinking in my head. And I wonder if y'all were thinking the same thing. Because I was like, girl, you ain't got no business in jail. Why the fuck you here? Why the fuck are you there? Why are you in jail, Karen? Why are you in jail? That's what I was thinking. But, to each his own, honey, to each his own. Now, I want to go on and say that Ashley comes over. And then, Ashley was basically saying how she been crying, that she's cried all night ever since she found out that Karen went to jail. She did a lot of crying, a lot of this, a lot of that. She really misses Karen. But she really wants Karen to be in the AARP section of the jail. Now, baby, I don't know if that was shade or not. But they said that they want her to be in the AARP side of the jail, as if Giselle ain't too far from being AAARPH her motherfucking self. Let's not start with the shade now, okay? Because I didn't know if that, because when it come down to these two to these damn light bulb skin ass heifers, you never know if they were being shady or not, like for real. Like you never know if they being shady, but they want her to be over there with the old folks. And in my eyes, they were being shady as fuck because that's just in their nature to be shady. Okay, but at this point of this show, I just feel like don't try to hide your nature. You don't even hide the nature. If you're gonna be a shady bitch, just be a shady bitch. That's just how I take it. So Ashley starts talking about her recent run-in with Stacy, and she saw Stacy out. And my thing about it is she just feels like Stacy is, a liar. And to be honest, she is one. This whole episode pretty much let me know that Stacy is a fucking liar. Like she is one. And she not gonna tell the truth about what really went down. Excuse me, about how everything went down with TJ, because it was pretty clear that this shit wasn't real. And I can't help but say that. Like I don't Bimo believe in God's green earth that whole relationship with TJ was real, because TJ gave Queen anyway. TJ gave disinterested, and Stacy looked like she was trying too hard. And when it came out that she supposedly paid for him, I wasn't surprised. But I don't know. However, Ashley messy as hell. Next thing you know, Kiana and Wendy arrives, my two chocolate faves. They come in, and then Stacy arrives in the same car as Ashley. And so Giselle was like, now why Stacy got the same kind of car as you? Like, what's up with that? Like, why does she have the same kind of car as you? And so the thing is, she said, well, she does have the same car as me, but she says that she got hers like she got her what she say? She said she got hers like custom. So that is the reason why we have the same kind of car. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't know what this is with Stacy and Ashley, but it's looking like it's going to be a beef all damn season. That's what it's looking like to me. And it might be a little entertaining, because as much as Stacy comes across as a pushover, I don't really believe that she's a real pushover. I think that is just what she gives off in front of the people and in front of these cameras. I don't believe that girl is a real pushover than the man in the moon. I do think that she can get right with a motherfucker, because she does it in her confessionals all the time. Her confessionals be shady and to the motherfucking point every time we see them. So in my eyes, she got it down. You know what I mean? That's what I think. She got it down, to be quite honest. Let me see. So where we at? Giselle says that every day she wakes up, She thinks about Karen. Do you really think about Karen? I'm surprised you ain't got no white tees saying free Karen. Like you had your tax reform t-shirts. I'm surprised you ain't made no t-shirt line about freeing Karen out of the slammer. I'm surprised, girl. But anyway, Wendy says that although her and Karen have had their issues and they've been going through the stuff that they've been going through, at the end of the day, she really wants what's best for Karen. I do believe that Wendy wants what's best for Karen. Like, yeah, I know that she's hurt by some things, and I know that she feels some type of way about things right about now. But but her and Karen had a real ass friendship at one point in time. So I definitely feel like she really meant that. Now I know that whenever Karen comes back to this show, she's gonna have to face the music with Wendy. But all in all, I do believe that Wendy does and did care about Karen. I do think so. Let's continue. So Kiana speaks on Karen's jail experience, and she's like, it's not one of those things where, she got this, she got that. Like, she got to take showers in front of people. She's really locked down, and is really not, it's really not a conducive situation for Karen. And then that is when Stacy says, in the moment I found out about her going to jail, I was so worried about Raven, even Ray. I was worried about all of the people that's in her life. So it was a lot for me to take in. So the next thing you know, that is when Giselle says, now, listen, I got to be honest here now, y'all. I got to be honest. Now, although I hated the fact that Karen was in jail, and I still hate the fact that she's in jail, she had 4 different DUIs. She needed to take some accountability. And y'all know I don't agree with Giselle on a lot, but I do agree with her on that. She definitely needed to take some accountability for the parts that she had played. Like, she needed to take that accountability. I ain't want her to go to jail either. But bitch, if you got all them damn DUIs and shit, and they really let you make it, they just slapped your ass on the wrist and let you go back out in society, and then nothing happened to you, then baby, you messed up for a 4th time. That means you was going for a 5th, for a 6th, for a 7th, for an 8. Like, you was gonna get even worse. So this jail time that you got is probably something that you needed to scare your ass straight, girl. You already old as Methuselah. Like, you need to quit it with the drinking and driving. You just do. You need to quit it with the drinking and driving. Baby, me and Bando got drunk last night, and if we would have drove, we probably would have wrecked shop too. Uber anyone, like, that's what you got to do. Like, that's what the fuck you got to do. Like, for real. Like, sometimes it takes something like horrific, like going to jail, as a way of some accountability. And as scary as that may be, that just might be the accountability that Karen actually needs, in my opinion. So, I'm hoping that her stint in jail is not so bad, but I also just want her to know that once you get out of jail, you need to be on the up and up. You can't just sit out here and just be, drinking all willy-nilly and getting behind the wheel. Girl, ain't you the grown up dumb girl? Don't you got a driver that could drive you somewhere? Like, girl, the next time you feel like you need to drink, call Uber, call Lyft. Sometimes Uber is cheaper than Lyft. Okay, so do that. Now, I know this with me living in Atlanta, okay? Because I take Uber for most things. Let me see. So then she says, the last time I saw you, Stacy, you sat there on that couch in New York, and I just want to know what you sitting now. And Stacy says, I'm sitting in my truth, and that I never paid for TJ. And then, so I think that was Ashley or Giselle who had asked Stacy, so what's been going on with TJ? Have you talked to him since that incident, since he said that you paid him? Stacy says that TJ was remorseful and he wants to retract. Wendy calls Stacy out for saying that they are liars. Now, she says that because when we was when we was in New York doing the reunion and stuff, the reunion happened, you sat there and said what you said, but you calling all of us liars when we're just telling you what was said, but you calling all of us liars and making it seem like we've been lying, but we ain't been lying about a damn thing. It's been you that's been sitting up here doing all this trifling ass lying. It's you that's been doing that. So I don't even understand why we acting. You the one that's been lying. So what gives? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what gives? let me see. Kiana asked Stacy what kind of relationship she has. And at this point, it's kind of like, okay, Kiana is coming for Stacy. And I feel like she's been coming for people this entire episode. Because I feel like all last season, everybody was pretty much clocking Kiana and saying that she boring and that she could have stayed a friend and Jazzy could have had the flute or whatever. And she boring and she boring it. So now I feel like she done went to the time clock. She done clocked in. And now she knows that she got to fight with somebody. And who better to fight with than Stacy? Okay? So Stacy says that Kiana is she's saying that Kiana has been very vanilla and not having much to say, but now she wants to be mouthy with her. When she said that in that confessional, bitch, I hollered. Because I was feeling the same way, to be quite honest. I was just like, girl, what's all this? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you coming for that girl like that? Stacey really ain't did nothing to you. So I don't even understand why you doing all that. I feel like you just putting on at this point. So then Kiana says, well, from what we've heard, you've been trying to get on this show for many, many years now. And then that's when she said that, everybody was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then Stacey was like, excuse me, Kay, I've already been on TV for years before I got here. I didn't have to be here, which is true. She didn't have to be here now. That is an irrefutable fact. She did not have to be on the Housewives of Potomac. She didn't. She really did not have to be on the Housewives of Potomac. She came on the show because that's what she wanted to do, not because she had to do it. Let's be clear on that, okay? So where we at? So then they just going at it, and Stacy was like, I'm very hurt by you guys calling me a liar, questioning me about my business and making me look some kind of way and trying to ruin my reputation by saying I would lie and pay for a man to be on the show with me. I don't understand why y'all would do this to me. And then she just storms out. So after she storms out, that is when Giselle said, okay, y'all, me and Ashley really didn't want to do this, but now she gone. So she says that when they was at this Essence dinner or wherever the fuck they was at, you know what I'm saying? They said that a well-known actress that is good friends with TJ came to them and said that it is a fact that Stacy did pay TJ to be on that show, to be her man. TJ is filing a lawsuit against her, and he is trying to get 50% of her Potomac earnings, and that there was some paperwork that was shown to them. And Giselle said she was trying to screenshot the paperwork, but she didn't have it. So basically, we ain't got no receipts on whether or not this shit is true or not. All we got is secondhand information from a well-known actress that we don't know who they are. And you know what I'm saying? They said that she being sued by TJ and that, you know, he wants some of her earnings from Potomac. And now everybody's definitely looking at her like she's a big ass liar. I mean, I don't know. So it is what it is. Now, going back to Stacy, because that was 2 months later, we go into Stacy again. She meets with her ex-husband. And she said, you know, they got a divorce. The divorce was final. And now they're in the same vicinity now because they're trying to make things work. And they're just going with the flow. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you divorced this man and only for you to get back with him? So did you really divorce him, or was that just a ploy and a storyline for you to get on this show? Now listen, Giselle and Ashley do be lying. I agree with y'all in the comments. They do be lying. But I'm starting to really believe them when they say that Stacy be lying, because there's a lot of holes in this story, because it's just like, girl, it just don't seem believable. But you know what? Let me take that back though, because it's not really out of the ordinary for people to get divorced and then get right back together. So that's not really out of the ordinary at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that's out of the ordinary. Like, people divorce and get back together all the time. Just like people make up and break up all the time. We fuss, We fight, we break up. 2 weeks later, you come to my house, you say you sorry. I say I'm sorry too. You did me wrong. I did you wrong. You take me back. We take each other back. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how far you go, don't take your love away because I love you and I want you and I need you. So let's just work it out. Then we fuck, then we get back together. That's normally how relationships go. So could she really be lying about that? I don't know, but it's just looking real fishy to me. You divorced this white man and now you're back in his good graces and shit like that. That's just what it's giving to me. Okay? That's what it's given to me. Now, since y'all saying this in the comments, it do gives that Giselle and Ashley ain't got no storyline. So what they finna do is they finna sit up here and use Stacy as a talking point. See, that's what motherfuckers do when they don't have nothing to talk about. When they ain't got nothing to talk about, they gonna use you as a vessel and use you as a storyline. That's what they do on these shows. Because they ain't got shit to talk about. Okay, so since I ain't got nothing to talk about, I'm going to run down on Stacy this entire time. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to call her out for her lies. I'm going to call her a liar. I'm going to make her look like a liar. I'm going to say all kinds of shit about her being a liar because it sounds believable and plausible. So let me get on here and do all that. That's what people do on these shows. Like when they ain't got nothing to talk about, they're going to make sure to make you the topic of discussion so they can have some talking points because they ain't got no talking points of their own. What else is going on? So, Wendy and Eddie, happy. No. I'm going too far. Kiana, first of all, Kiana's house looked really, really good. Okay, she looks good. Her house looks good. Everything about her looks good. But her mama looks good too. Michelle could be her sister, not her mama, but her sister. I want to know what type of water they was drinking because both of them are fine as fuck. Okay. And they're mother and daughter, and they look like they just a couple of years apart. Like, that's how they look. Like, that's all I'm saying. Now, we find out that Kiana then broke up with the funny-looking monster, Greg, and she moved out. Which I feel like is probably the best thing for her because at the end of the day, Greg was dismissive. He made her feel low and empty about herself. And on top of that, you know, to me, it's kind of like, I'm just like, you didn't really need to be with Greg. And I just feel like y'all were moving too fast any goddamn way. Like y'all was buying a house and y'all weren't even married yet. Like it was a whole lot that was going on. And he didn't want to be on this show. And I felt like you grabbed his hand and force fed him this damn show because I promise you he probably didn't want to do this show, and that's his prerogative if he didn't. But you know that's what the tea is. He didn't want to do this show, in my opinion. She says that she's in therapy right now, and I promise y'all, therapy is the best thing to do. Okay, I'm about to start going to therapy. I ain't been a therapist since 2018. I did my sessions. I was doing good, and then I stopped going. But baby, I'm going back, honey. I got some more stuff to unpack. Okay, I got more things to unpack. So I'm definitely going. But yes, honey, yes. But I just feel like, you know, I feel like she needs it. There's probably a whole lot of things that she got to unpack about herself, even with her relationship. And then Michelle says, I don't think that the relationship with Greg is good for you. And to be honest, I don't think that is good for her either. I mean, I think he was breaking her down, honestly. In my humble opinion, and in my honest opinion, I do think that he was really breaking her ass down to the point to where she was not seeing herself like, and I don't want to make this about beauty or looks or anything like that. So please just stay with me when you hear what I'm saying, okay? When it come down to it, when I look at a woman like Kiana, my gay ass looking at a woman like Kiana and see how beautiful she is. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like you should never allow no man to make you feel small. Whether he ugly or not, because everybody was like, with his ugly ass, blah, blah, blah. It ain't even about him being ugly. He ain't the cutest thing on the block, but it ain't even about the nigga being ugly. It's about a man, period. You should never let a man make you feel small. Never. You too beautiful for that. You too successful for that. And you owe that to yourself to not allow no man to make you feel small. One thing about it, and two things for certain, I cannot stand to see a woman, a beautiful woman, a successful woman at that, be brought down to a certain level because some man is insecure and got control issues and got problems with his own goddamn self. I cannot stand to see that because men that got a lot of insecurity issues and self-reflection issues and problems and shit like that, they seem to get a woman and tear her down and make her be damaged goods. And then the next time the woman get in a relationship with the next man, they don't trust men anymore because of this bullshit ass nigga. So I think that you deserve better. I mean, I get it. You know, he called you, asked you, did you want to go to Jamaica and talk? And you said, hell yeah, because it's a free trip. All that other stuff, I get that. But I don't really think he was really deserving of you, to be honest. Like, I don't think he deserved you in the least bit, to be real. He didn't, looking like a damn professor. He didn't deserve you. And you didn't deserve the treatment that you was getting. I cannot, being dismissed, to me, anybody in a relationship, really being dismissive in a relationship is one of the wackest things you can do. It's one of the wackest things that you can do is to be in a relationship with a motherfucker that dismisses you at every turn. That is the most annoying shit in the world. That's annoying as fuck. Bitch, don't dismiss me. That's what we're gonna have an issue with. Don't dismiss me. I don't play them type of games. Don't do that. Please don't. Don't ever do that. Quickest way for me to kick down your doors and smack you, not your chick, but you. Okay? So let's not go there. I don't want to have no flashbacks, honey. Okay? But anyway, shout out to Kiana. So Wendy and Eddie, my favorite couple. I feel like that's a sexy ass couple. I would like to watch them fuck. But they're talking about Happy Eddie and how his Happy Eddie brand is really doing well for him and the money is coming in. You know, they giving Missy Elliott ching ching getting paid over here, ching ching getting paid over here. Thursday, nigga, bring it over here. Thursday, nigga, bring it over here. Like, that's what it's giving. But however, they getting the money and, they doing their thing. They're talking to their kids, and Cam says that she wants to be a doctor like her mama, but the son, Clarkson, says she is not a doctor. And I'm looking at him like, oh, not you clocking your mama. And then he said, does Chick-fil-A pay well? And Eddie and Wendy looked at their boy like, boy, what the fuck are you talking about? But you can tell that he's a little boy. He probably loves Chick-fil-A. And, that's probably why he was asking. Because, I remember being young and stuff and saying that I work at Wendy's because I used to love Wendy's, or I work at McDonald's or Pizza Hut because I love to go to those places. I would always say that's where I worked. So, I mean, hey, that's probably what that little boy is saying. But that shit was funny as hell, okay? You got to admit, it was funny. First things first, shout out to the 222 people that's up in the building, y'all. I really appreciate you guys being here with me tonight, and I hope you guys are enjoying the review for what it's worth tonight, okay? So let's continue on with the show. So we're getting on with Ashley. She's getting ready for her divorce party, and she says that when she first filed for a divorce, she was basically saying that she didn't understand why she was getting a divorce at the time, but now that she's free and no longer is married, now she's like, oh my God, I love it here. I love it here. I love it here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, when you've been in a fucked up ass relationship and you've been going through some bullshit, yeah, of course you're gonna sit up there and be like, I love it, bitch. Of course. Michael was gay. Michael was fucking you over. Michael wasn't trying to do the right thing by you at all. Like, he wasn't. So yeah, do you, Ashley? But I feel like, you got a little gay up in your ass too. I think you said that you like girls at once upon a time. But, at this point, I feel like this, Michael was not nobody that you really wanted for real like that. To me, I just feel like, you wanted him for the money, because I just can't see you finding Michael attractive, because there is nothing attractive about Michael Darby. Michael Darby looked like a damn a not well damn gargoyle about a face. He is not cute. There's nothing remotely attractive about this man. So it's just like, girl, what we got? Like why are we sitting up here playing these games? Why are you playing these games with all of us anyway? Like, that's the part I'm trying to get. Like, why are you trying to play games with any of us about this damn man? Okay, because no, it don't make sense. So no, because I didn't understand how I really don't know how you thought he was fine enough to lay up with him, spread your hot pocket wide open for him and have kids. I don't understand why or how, but I guess it ain't my place. Okay. But anyway, but she's happy without Michael, and I knew she would be. Stacy arrives at the place looking for a dress, as long as it's right there with Ashley, and she says that she doesn't agree with celebrating divorce. There's some people who don't agree with celebrating divorce. Sometimes people feel like divorce is pretty much like, like a death in the family or something like that. Like, people, that's what people be saying, like divorces are like a death. And you know, that's just what it is. That's what it's given. So some people don't, some people don't really they don't celebrate that. But for me, I do think that people who do celebrate it, they celebrate it because that marriage tore them down, and that marriage really just didn't work for them. I think that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's just what it is. So at the end of it all, I think that's what it is. So it is what it is. So for me, yeah, she was happy to go because that marriage just wasn't good for her, and it was making her look like a fucking fool. So then Ashley, no, Stacey says that she feels like she's getting ganged up on. And Ashley says, okay, since you're saying you're being ganged up on, let me just throw this out here. Now, after you left, because you did storm off the last time I saw you, me and Giselle was at this Essence party. This well-known actress that's a great friend of TJ's, she came up to us and she said to us that you really did pay TJ. TJ is suing you, and he's looking for half of your Potomac checks. And this is after you told us that TJ was remorseful, but now he wants to sue you. So it's making you look like you're lying. Stacy said, I'm tired of talking about this. I've forgiven TJ. Me and TJ are in a different place now. It really don't matter at this point. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. We don't really know if Stacy lying, but Stacy's actions is saying that Stacy might be lying. I mean, that's just what it's given. So I really don't know, to be quite honest. Like, I don't know if she lying or not. I really don't want to put that lying sticker on her back like that, but it's given that she's lying. But I don't know. Ashley says that Stacy is holding on to this lie, and then Stacy says that the friend that Ashley is speaking of is imaginary. And Ashley then says the person's name, but of course they bleep it out. And then Ashley says, see, this is why the girls think that she's fake. And so, Stacey says, I don't care if you or anybody else thinks that I'm fake. Like, I don't care about what y'all think about me. And to be honest, if I was her, I wouldn't care about what these hoes think about me either. I mean, it is what it is. But I just feel like with this, like I said, I don't know if Stacey lying. Now, her actions give lies, but I don't know if she's lying. But I'm not too keen on believing everything that TJ says either. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really banking on him to be telling the truth either, because what makes him so damn trustworthy? Could it be that they was in this shit together and they both lying about certain shit? I mean, I don't know. I really can't tell y'all because I don't know. Stacy says that she's divorced. Ashley says she's lying. You can't find her in the database. And Stacy storms off again. Okay. So then Giselle and Ashley, they're on the phone. They talk about Ashley's party. And at the end of the day, Giselle said they're going to have a great time at this party. They're going to celebrate at this party. They're going to do everything that they need to have a great time, right? So Ashley lets Giselle know what happened in her meeting with Stacy, and they kiki about the situation. They both think that they both think that Stacy is a big ass liar. They think that she's lying. Um, that's when Ashley says Stacy ain't even, Stacy is not even divorced for real. And so Giselle says, so this bitch lying about divorce? And I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna be on her ass. They're gonna be on Stacy's ass this entire season, and y'all know it. And at some point, it's like a part of me don't give a fuck because I feel like it's a part of me that feels like she might be lying. But then there's another part of me that's like, look, ain't nobody got time for all this bullying, berating bullshit that they doing. Like, nobody got time for all that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nobody got time for that weak ass shit. Nobody does. So, that's where I'm getting from it. But I don't know. I don't really need them to be on her all goddamn season. I just don't really need them to be doing it. I don't. But to each his own. So Kiana and Angel, okay, we meet the new girl, Angel. She's new to the show. Apparently, her and Kiana have been friends since they were 18 years old. And, Angel had moved to Colorado when her man was playing for, Denver. And now they're back in Maryland since he's retired. And then Angel moved back to the DMV. She was talking about how meditation is very important to her or whatever. So as they're taking their walk, Kiana fills Angel in on the girls and who they are, what their names are, what type of people they are, just giving her a little rundown on them. And she asked Angel, does she know Wendy? And she said, yes, me and Wendy went to college together. We weren't friends or nothing, but I knew her from being in school. And from what I remembered of Wendy, she's always been the same person, always been ambitious, always been going after what she wants. She's always been that same person. So Kiana starts speaking on her feelings about Wendy. And she starts saying that sometimes Wendy turns on her light switch and then she turns it off in regards to their friendship. She says that there's a lot of things that have transpired, like the microaggressions, some of the little snide remarks that Wendy has allegedly made to her, and it's making her feel some kind of way because she really considers, Wendy a friend. And one of her issues stemmed from the fact that they were doing this event and Wendy was a speaker and Kiana was, like catering or something like that. Like she was doing something for the event and Wendy didn't mention to her that she was a speaker. But my thing is, I don't know why that's such a big goddamn deal. Like, why do we care? Like, why is this a big deal? Why are we being mad about this? Why are we so upset? Like, I don't get it. This entire time I'm listening to Kiana talking to Angel, it just comes across like, girl, you fishing for a problem. Because it's like, I get it. You're bored. And you want your presence to be felt on this show. So now you finna pick a fight with your friend. And that's some garbage ass shit to be doing. It is. It's garbage ass shit to be doing. Why are we doing this? Oh, she was a sponsor, my bad. But my thing is, I'm like, get the fuck out my face with this. Now you finna make me fall out with you because it's like you're fishing for something, like you're looking for something and you can't seem to find it. You sound crazy as hell doing this. And I was like, no, girl, this ain't the way. This ain't the way. This ain't the way. It's not the way at all, girl. Like, what are you doing? You feel what I'm saying? Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Just reaching. Just reaching. I hope she reached this damn ceiling up here because, girl, the way her arms was up in the air, she was reaching real hard for something. She was reaching hard for something, I can tell you that. So, whatever. So we get into the Bloom Ball. Kiana and Angel are on their way to, Ashley's Bloom Ball and stuff like that. And, Angel was saying, well, I cannot wait to meet the girls and get my own opinion on these girls and see how they are, see what they give. I'm very excited about that. And then Kiana was like, yes, I'm very happy for you to meet these girls. And, I do have some things to address with Wendy when I see her today. And I hope that we have a good conversation and stuff like that. So then Giselle introduces Tia. She's the, I think she's the one with the British accent. That's one of her friends. She says that, they bonded over raising twins. Girl, Giselle don't know Tia. Giselle don't know that lady. Sometimes when they bring people on the show, they really don't be knowing them. They got to come in through somebody. And so it's kind of like, girl, You don't know that woman like that. Y'all bonded over twins. You know, at least we could believe that Kiana and Angel were real friends. Hell, they had pictures with each other from 2013. You feel what I'm saying? So I can believe that they are actually friends. But girl, come on now. Yeah, we bonded over raising twins. Like, girl, fuck out of here, girl. But anyway, Sharice is here. Did y'all hear me? Cafeteria Sharice is here. Why is she here? Why is she here? Why is she here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why the fuck is she here? Why does everybody say, why do these girls keep on trying to force her on me? Girl, I don't want to see this sweaty ass dog on this show. I don't want to see her. Now she didn't look too sweaty. You know, I guess she got a raise at the cafe. But still in all, I don't want to see Sharice. Sharice just irked me. Everything about Sharice just gets on my nerves. I just can't stand her. She gets on my nerves, child. Let me see. Giselle likes Tia. And then Stacy arrives to be the bigger person. So when she first walked over, she barely wants to speak to Kiana. Kiana was like, "So you're not going to speak?" And then says, "Oh, hi, Kay. Yeah, hey." I'm like, "Yeah, Kay is on something, child. She really trying to get her trying to get a check going." Wendy doesn't remember Angel, but it's a familiar face. Then Giselle and Wendy have a conversation about a dress that they both got on, and you know, she felt like it was some inspiration from Giselle. I will hope that it was no inspiration from Giselle, because if you want some inspiration from Giselle, then you want some inspiration to learn how to look a damn mess. That's the only inspiration you want. But okay, girl. Kiana then confronts Wendy. And I'm so confused by this whole conversation. Like, no lie, I'm so confused by this. I'm confused. Because what is your real problem? Do you even have a real problem? Is the question. Do you even have a real issue? Do you? Because the issue is not an issue. The issue is you made up an issue. That is the issue. The issue is not anything that Wendy supposedly did. The issue is the fact that you're making up an issue in your head so you can be relevant. That is the problem. And I'm really gonna need for you to quit it while you're ahead, because you looking dumb as fuck and it's not befitting. It's not befitting for you to be looking like a fucking idiot. Cause you looking like one. You're definitely looking like one, and it's not giving. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's ridiculous. Like, I just feel like, why are you doing this? Like, you're really lowering yourself to come in here with an issue with Wendy that doesn't make sense. So if you're gonna have an issue with the girl, it needs to make some sense. But it's not making sense because it's not real. It was like very much so ridiculous. It was reaching, and it wasn't a real problem. And now you're looking like a thirst bucket at this moment. And that's not cute for you. Cute lady, but your attitude is giving ugly as fuck right now. And the fact that you're mad at Wendy because she was up there doing a speech and she didn't wave at you or nod her head while she was up there is just stupid, girl. If you was gonna have an issue with motherfucking Wendy, you could have found something that was more plausible. This is not plausible. It's given. I'm trying to make a moment for the sake of this show because I need a storyline. I've been boring and the people have been calling me boring. So therefore, you know, I got to do what I got to do, honey. I got to do what I got to do to get this shmoney. And I can't get no shmoney by being bored and quiet. Like, I got to make sure, you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I guess, girl, if that's what you want to say, if that's what you want to do, then I guess. But it's really ridiculous though. Like it just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. I don't like it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And girl, yeah, no, don't nobody got time for that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that weak shit hoe. Nobody. Okay, no one. Anyway, moving on, because that was stupid. I'm sorry, y'all. That was just dumb. Kiana just got on my nerves with that. Angel says that Ashley is sweet. And then they said until she's not. And then Stacy agreed. And then Ashley said, well, the only thing about me is that I don't like people to lie and I don't like hot breath. So then when she said that, I'm just looking. And Stacy said, are you trying to say that my breath is hot? And then she's like, I didn't say anything about you. And then she said, are you saying that my just start blowing her breath in her face? I'm like, what? So when Stacy pulls Ashley to the side, that's when Angel agreed and said that her breath was kind of tart. So I'm just like, so everybody thinks you stink when you open your mouth. Oh my God, they got it out for Stacy. They do. They got it out for her at this point, and it's really nothing she can do about it. And I do feel bad for her at this particular point because it's like y'all are really, really gassing it. Like y'all are really coming for this girl, and I'm not understanding why y'all coming for this girl, but y'all coming for real, for real. Y'all are coming for this girl like nobody's business. Um, Ashley questioned Stacy about lying once again, and she said that she kept on calling Stacy a liar, questioning her about her marriage, questioning her about TJ, just all that stuff because she stormed out of the building the other day. And Stacy says that Ashley is messy, and she is. Ashley been messy for years, and she ain't never been checked nor called out about being messy. So it's kind of like, yeah, girl, you're messy. Yeah, girl, you need to quit it. Yeah, girl, I need for you to stop. So it's giving that. So I don't even get it, and I don't understand it. But whatever, girl. Like, yeah. And so she said, I'm here trying to be a bigger person, trying to celebrate you, and you're steady like bum rushing me, and you're doing this. I feel like Stacey is kind of playing in people's faces just a little bit, but I do kind of feel like everybody is way too invested in this situation. And I think that they're invested because they ain't got shit to talk about. So they're just gonna make Stacey the talking point, as I said early on. So it's like Stacey finna get ganged up on all season, and it's not gonna be a joyous watch. Cause I don't really like to watch people get ganged up on. That ain't really my steez. I don't really like that. I don't really fuck with that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't fuck with that at all. Like I don't like to watch people, go through that type of shit. Like I don't like nobody getting ganged up on. I don't really like seeing it. But it was crazy. So yeah, Ashley messy and she needs a life of her own, basically. But that was the premiere, and the premiere was really good, y'all. It was good. I'm gonna need for everybody to get back into Potomac. I think this is going to be a good season. I know a lot of us were kind of skeptical about it because Karen is no longer on this season, and we were trying to see how it's gonna go. But I think that everybody showed up, they showed out, and I think that everybody is here to work, and they should be here to work. That's the main thing they need to be here for. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We almost made it to 300 people. We almost did, but the season just started. We're gonna see how everything goes. But I'm gonna say this though one more time that tomorrow is the return of the Whether You Like It or Not panel, starring myself, T, Really B, Ya, JoJo, Sakina, and Busy Blue. As I've said already, JoJo will not be on the panel for the first 2 months of it because he's in school, but he would definitely be back in December. However, you will be able to catch him on Roast and Review with me and T for Bell Collective every Wednesday. Also on Wednesdays, you can catch me talking about Salt Lake City, of course, and on Fridays, you're going to see me talking about Bell Collective, okay? So that's pretty much the gist of everything that I got going on right about now. And the Chasing Panel returns on October the 9th as well. So y'all need to tune into that too. Okay. So that's about it. So before we go, my book is out right now. It's called That's Why You're Lonely. It's available right now on Kindle and Amazon. So make sure you guys pick that up right now. For those of you who did pre-orders, I am sending those out as we speak. Okay. I'm sending them out 4 at a time. So it might take me a little time to get to everybody in a timely fashion, but this shit costs. So it's cheaper for me to send 4 at a time. So I'm definitely sending 4 at a time. The people that live in Chicago and Indianapolis, you get your book. It's 2 people that lived in Chicago and Indianapolis that I sent a book out to this past Friday. Y'all get y'all book Wednesday. And there was somebody in Mississippi that get their book on Tuesday. So I will see you guys on the next one. So with that being said, y'all, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one.
Cause I know what I want. I guess I could pray to the man up above. Start a new path with unconditional love. I can build a new life out of this mess. Moving on to a place free from the stress. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. All of my life, and you know it hit the worst when it starts with the night. I'm the type of nigga shit that can speak for itself. See, I'm a bad little nigga with his heart as well. Say it best from the heart, so it beating is felt. Just a sense to see you smile, so more body can melt. With the cause is dealt, nigga, I was just wishing. Can I be the only bad bitch that you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like?